sit back and enjoy for now. What I'd like to do is introduce our fantastic evaluation team for this morning, starting with Heller. What will you be doing today?
It looked like I was going to be evaluating Jean, but I think I'm evaluating David, and so
There
I
you
need
go.
your information on your
Okay.
speech and
All right, I'll come back to you in a moment. Kate, what will you be doing today?
I will be evaluating James today, and I also need his information. Thank you,
Okay, great. I'll come
James.
back to both of you in just a moment. Pam.
I'll be videotaping everybody. And what that means is you can go take a look at it once it's up on the YouTube, which Leslie does for us, and we want to say thank you to Leslie. Give her a hand.
Thank you, Leslie. Hey, Leslie.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
And she puts it up on YouTube for us. And the whole
Is
purpose,
that a public channel or a private channel?
only if you want it to be. It's private. Otherwise, if you want other people to see it, you can let them see it. But the most important part of this is for you to be able to look back at when you get up and speak, so you can see how you move and how you sound and those kinds of things. So it's a very great tool if we'll use it to help improve.
Excellent. Thank you, Pam. Gary, regale us with your role today.
Regale.
Regale us.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I can live up to that. This is a device that keeps time. It's called a timer. My objective is to plug in numbers and tell us how long you get to stand up in front of us. Now, the way it works is that when it turns green, you've made your time. Good for you. When it turns yellow, it means you got about a minute to go, usually, and when it turns red, you got 30 seconds to wind it up. If you go beyond the 30 seconds, then you'll hear an audible tone, which means that unfortunately, you've been disqualified on time. So during the morning, I will be asked to provide a timekeeper's report, which will then let you know whether you are qualified or not.
So the short version of that, Eli, is that if you see red, you got 30 seconds to wrap it up. Okay? So look for the green and yellow and red when it's your turn. Thank you, Gary. Do I have a grammarian this morning? Leslie B is not here, and we need assistance with that role today.
I'll do something like that.
And then between you and Jim, if you can come up with a word of the day,
I got a
maybe we
word.
can
I
get that
have a-
going.
Call on me when I finish writing a word.
Okay, great. And Lee,
Yeah. I have three things I wanted to talk to you about. Speaking is extremely important, and do you remember when President Obama started speaking in front of people? What was his favorite word to use? All the time. So I think he went to Toastmasters because now he's not doing it anymore. Or someone kicked him really hard, either way. The next thing,
Depends on the teleprompter.
pardon me?
It depends on his teleprompter. If he has one, he doesn't say, oh.
Do you think he doesn't get, you
Doesn't
can
have
add
one,
lib
does
talk?
he?
Oh, come on, guy. He could add like talk and.
8 days of Toastmasters.
I want your vote on something. How many of you think we should continue using this messy little toad here before it bites me? Do you think it's a good idea to have this? Raise your hands if you think it's a good idea.
what is it?
Yes.
See, I guess that's
The
a-
clicker. How many
Yes.
people want the clicker?
Yes.
Yay.
Yes.
Clicker's optional.
And,
Oh,
and
okay.
guess what? I'm the only one in the crowd who doesn't really like it.
Actually,
That's all right.
Jean doesn't like it either.
I don't
I
like
do
it
know that
either.
for a
He's
fact.
not here though.
That's all right. We're not going to make you use it.
That's what it sounds like. Why do we
Yeah.
do that? We improve our speaking, in that we learn not to say aw and some of these other things that are on this list. Repetitive words, different things like you know, we were doing that for a long time in the club. So I think so is acceptable in many, many cases. There's other things, and a word that I can never pronounce, people, is, oh, that's on the grammarian thing. But anyway, this is what we do, is we keep record of people, and then at the end, we don't give them an award, but we mention them, if we had an award to give them, that they're the ones who did the most of these. But don't be frightened if it ever happens to you. Okay.
Thank you, Lee. Do I have a vote counter? Our vote counter is supposed to be Carmen, so we could use some help with that today if someone would like to step up
I
and
can-
count the votes.
Jim, why don't you be the vote counter?
Thank you, Jim. Tell us about the vote counting process and what we should do with our ballots.
Vote counting, I'll
each sector of the meeting, we have a type of speaking. The first sector is prepared speaking, the second sector is impromptu speaking, and the third sector is the evaluations. So,
Click, click. So,
in honor of this tradition, we pick a winner in
I
each
thought that
category.
was acceptable.
We have ballots here to vote for the best speaker, best evaluator, best table topic speaker. Tear the ballots, mark your choice as to who won, tear the ballots off, and send them around to me.
Thank you, Jim. Howard?
I am evaluating David's speech, which is his demonstration talk. It's the perfect Hanukkah or Christmas gift. His objectives are to prepare a demonstration speech to clearly explain a process, product, or activity, and conduct the demonstration as part of a speech delivered without notes, and it's 5 to 7 minutes. And I will be evaluating his speech based on the criteria here.
Thank you. Kate?
I'm evaluating James, and he has chosen Project Read Get to the Point, and he has yet to share the title, but when he gets up there, I'm sure he will. The objectives are to select a speech topic and determine its general and specific purposes, organize the speech in a manner that best achieves those purposes, ensure the beginning, body, and conclusion reinforce the purposes, etc. Strive not to use more.
Thank you. For the benefit of all those that will be voting today, you will pick the speaker that you felt best met the objectives. Alconda!
So I am the impromptu grammarian. My job is to listen for the use of the English language during the meeting and report on it at the end, and then provide a word for the day which would be used in table topics and anywhere else you find it good to use. I picked network. Now, network is a word that has lots of meanings, and I guess if you use any of those meanings, it would work for table topics, but the real meaning I'm interested in is an association of individuals having a common interest. Toastmasters creates a great network of like-minded people.
Well said. Thank you, Conda. And my role will be to evaluate the meeting as a whole, and I'll do that a little bit later, but now I'd like to bring back up our Toastmaster, Jane.